I've spent about the last 30 minutes just researching and getting more information about this product. It is basically a car stereo for my Tacoma. I don't have Apple Carplay in my truck, and this is gonna change that. So this is the unit we'll be installing. Huge shout out to Fibbins for sending this out my way. The unit is pretty beefy. In the box, you get the unit itself. You do get these two tools, and then you get all this wiring. Now, it looks a little complicated, and it can be at first, but it's pretty straightforward. You get your manual, and this pretty much explains what each wire does for this install. You got this guy right here, which is what I will be using because it has this. The Simple Soft is what will allow me to have the Apple CarPlay in the truck. This is identical pretty much to this. I believe it's the power supply for the unit, but this one doesn't have Apple CarPlay. So I don't want to use this one, and I will be using this one. This right here is the RCA cable, and the only reason I know that is because in the manual it says RCA, and it tells you what it does in the description. Right here you have some USB extensions. I believe this is the camera video in cable, and the product does come with a rear camera if you want to hook it up. My truck already has a camera, so I don't think I'll be utilizing this. We also have a GPS antenna that you could run through your truck. There's your connection, and it would hook up right here on the back end. And then lastly, you have an external mic if you want to get some clear audio. So now that I'm informed and I kind of have an idea of what each cable does, we're going to go into my truck and try to install this thing.
All right, let's move this over. This guy. Nice. I know we're gonna have to remove these red clips and transfer them over, and we'll have to do the same with these AC pieces. You do need a 10mm socket. All right. Looks like a lot of stuff is going on, but let's remove everything, and then we'll transfer over all the pieces or the parts. Oh, these look like they're daisy chained, so I might not have to worry about them. There you have it. The unit is completely out. I didn't bother disconnecting these wires because they're all connected to this unit and they're all daisy chained. This thing is pretty freaking heavy though. I can see why they mounted it with bolts because of the weight. Our new unit is pretty sleek and thin. Doesn't look like there's anything that's gonna be mounting it other than the clips, these red clips. All right, so a little update on what's going on. This was the wiring I thought we were gonna be using for my truck because it came with this guy for Apple CarPlay. I come to realize that this other set of cables is what actually fits the wiring to my truck. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to transfer this CarPlay to this wiring setup, and then I have this connection right here that connects to this gray one, and then we're gonna plug the other end to the unit. After I connect this one, everything will be connected how it was before except this cable. But from what I read, I believe this is a GPS antenna. I'm not gonna have a use for it, so it's okay if I don't connect it. But other than this cable, everything else will have a connection. This will have Apple CarPlay, and then I just need to plug it in to the unit. Click. CarPlay. And then this black piece is what connects to the unit. All right, so everything's pretty much connected. Take a look here, right? We have all these extra wires at the bottom. If you notice, we have 2 back video in, but this back video in doesn't have a connection, so it's irrelevant. This one does, back video in, the yellow one, which is what I think is going to be used for my backup camera. I know it makes more sense to connect back video in to video out, but from what I read, for my truck at least, I'm going to be connecting it to a CVBS, and I'm pretty sure that's going to work. I'm going to test it before I actually put it back into the truck. I guess this is where this guy comes in handy. Whoops. Let's now make some connections. I believe this shoots into here, this way. There we go. It's the last piece to bring it all together. Alright, it's on. That's good. Alright, so I turned it on. I mainly wanted to check up on the reverse camera. It's not working. So I'm gonna try the other connection and see if that works out. Second time's a charm. Alright, well, I swapped the cable and same thing, so I gotta figure this out. I'll get back to you guys right now that I figure out what's the problem. I think we figured it out, and our solution is gonna be this guy. We're gonna plug it in, see if that works. That's right there. And then this guy goes right here. Let's turn her on. Let's go. All right, so we figured it out. It happened to be the individual wire. It wasn't this guy right here or any of these. Really, I don't even think I need this. I might see if my audio and everything still works without this guy. It's not working. When I click right here, it's clicking the forward button. So I got the reverse to work, but now I'm having issues with the touchscreen. I don't know what is up with it. Look, when I press music, it clicks settings, right? And then when I click settings, it goes to music. I don't get it. I'm a little frustrated right now, so I will come back to this later and we'll figure it out. We figured it out. And this works too. Dude, this kicked my butt. I'm gonna be 100% honest. This was pretty difficult because I didn't have the resources to find like tutorials, or even this manual doesn't really do that great of a job explaining how to do things. And the way I was able to fix the screen issue was I just disconnected and then connected the unit back, and it worked. And now I have Apple CarPlay, I have my music, my contacts. I have Google Maps. Another thing I wanted to bring up is that this is your antenna. This one you plug in to the back of the unit and you're able to access the radio. I had to go back and take it off and then stick this in to get it. Ah, man. But I think we got it dialed. So a lot of trial and error on this install, but first impressions are pretty rough with this thing. It could have just been me, right? Like, I struggle with installing stuff. I've never done any car stereo wiring, nothing like that. Maybe somebody who does this on the regular can figure it out a lot faster than I can. But the product does seem cool. In all honesty, I'm curious how this product is gonna do long term. That to me is the most important part, right? Like, you want it to last. There is a little fan behind the screen that kind of cools everything down. So if it's a hotter day, that fan kicks in and regulates the temperature. But yeah, I got my butt kicked on this install. Hopefully you guys can learn from this. If you guys are interested in this product and you decide to purchase it, just learn from my mistakes. That way your install can go a lot smoother than mine. But at the end of the day, I'm still happy with this. I really wanted Apple CarPlay. I want to be able to use my maps on the screen. I want to be able to just basically use this like an iPad or like an iPhone. So a big shout out to Fibbins for sending me out this product. I got a road trip / camping trip coming up this weekend, and I'm excited to test this thing out on that trip. It's gonna be nice having the maps on here versus having to look on my phone. If you guys have any questions about this install, don't hesitate to ask. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.